A phantom ship sailing endlessly on the horizon, doomed to never reach port. The legend of the Flying Dutchman has haunted sailors for centuries. But is this just a myth? A story passed down by superstitious seafarers? Or could there be some truth to it? Today we dive into the mystery of the Flying Dutchman and ask the question, did this ghost ship ever really exist? The story of the Flying Dutchman dates back to the 17th century, when the age of sail ruled the oceans. The ship is said to have been captained by a man named Hendrik van der Decken, a Dutchman who was attempting to navigate the perilous waters around the Cape of Good Hope at the southern tip of Africa. According to legend, as his ship was battered by a vicious storm, van der Decken refused to turn back. Some versions say he cursed the winds and swore to sail around the Cape, even if it took him until Judgment Day. This act of defiance and possibly blasphemy condemned his ship and crew to sail the seas for eternity, unable to make landfall, forever trapped between life and death. Thus, the Flying Dutchman became the most famous ghost ship in maritime folklore. Sailors claim to have seen its ghostly silhouette on the horizon, a harbinger of doom for anyone unlucky enough to encounter it. But was this ship merely a legend, or could there be some truth behind the tale? To understand the possible origins of the Flying Dutchman, we need to look at the historical context. In the 16 and 1700s, the Dutch East India Company was one of the most powerful trading empires in the world. Its ships regularly sailed from Europe to Asia, passing through some of the most treacherous waters on Earth, including the Cape of Good Hope. The Cape was notorious for its violent weather and deadly storms, and many ships never made it through. With so much danger on these voyages, it's no wonder that sailors living in constant fear would invent ghost stories to explain the unexplainable. Sailors of the time were incredibly superstitious, and tales of cursed ships, ghostly apparitions, and strange occurrences at sea were common. Could the Flying Dutchman have been born from these fears? A way to rationalize the deadly storms and shipwrecks that claimed so many lives? Despite its mythical origins, reports of sightings of the Flying Dutchman have persisted for centuries. Sailors and even royalty have claimed to see the ghost ship doomed to sail forever. The most famous sighting occurred in 1881, when Prince George of Wales, who would later become King George V, reported seeing a mysterious ship off the coast of Australia. According to his account, the ship appeared suddenly in the mist, glowing with an eerie red light, before vanishing just as quickly as it appeared. Other sightings, similar in nature, have been reported throughout the 19th and 20th centuries. In each instance, the ship was described as a spectral vessel, seen sailing on a calm sea only to vanish into thin air as the witness approached. But if these sightings weren't the result of supernatural forces, could there be a more scientific explanation for the Flying Dutchman? Some researchers believe that a natural phenomenon known as a superior mirage or fata morgana could be responsible for the eerie appearances of ghost ships on the horizon. A fata morgana occurs when light bends as it passes through layers of air at different temperatures, causing distant objects to appear distorted, floating, or even upside down. This optical illusion could make a real ship appear ghostly, hovering above the water or sailing through the mist, creating the perfect conditions for a sighting of the Flying Dutchman. Could this be the scientific basis behind the legendary sightings? While it might explain some of the reports, it doesn't completely debunk the mystery surrounding the ghost ship. After all, not all sightings occurred under conditions that would create such mirages. So, did the Flying Dutchman ever really exist? It's likely that the story began as a combination of real dangers, tragic shipwrecks, and the superstitions of the sailors who braved those treacherous waters. The historical context of the Dutch East India Company, the deadly voyages, and the terrifying storms all set the stage for the birth of a legendary ghost ship. But like all great legends, the Flying Dutchman lives on not only because of what's real, but because of what it represents. A timeless symbol of human fear, defiance, and the unknown dangers of the open sea. As long as sailors continue to tell tales of ghost ships, the legend of the Flying Dutchman will continue to sail on, haunting the seas for generations to come. What do you think? Could the Flying Dutchman have been real? Or is it just another myth born from the dangers of the sea? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more dives into history's greatest mysteries. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and never stop seeking the truth. Thank you for watching.